Today I'm doing a fresh batch fermentation of Junbucha. So if you're wondering what is Jun or Junbucha, it is kind of like a kombucha's more delicate cousin. While kombucha is made with black tea and regular cane sugar, Jun is traditionally brewed with green tea and raw honey, and it gives a lighter and floral taste. I usually ferment my Jun in this gallon jar with a tap because it is super convenient when you want a glass of kombucha or Jun on demand. These days, I mostly do continuous brewing, so I don't always go for a second ferment unless I want that extra fizz or want to flavor it. Now, let's talk about the tea. For June, I always use a loose leaf green tea. I much prefer that over the tea bags. I've experimented with the different types like oolong, pu'er, Korean green tea, Japanese varieties. Haven't tried Indian green tea yet, but I would love to try one from Darjeeling or Munnar sometime soon. My favorite so far is the oolong tea. It brews beautifully for June. The tea making process is simple. Just boil the water and steep the loose tea. And once it cools down to the room temperature, just mix that with raw honey. For 1 gallon of Jun, I usually take half kilo of honey. Raw or organic honey is better. I usually buy cheaper honey, which is totally fine. Now let's mix it. First, I have got some starter tea from my previous June batch. This is super important. It helps kickstart the fermentation process and keeps the pH level to prevent the unwanted microbes. So always save a bit of the old brew for this purpose. If you're doing this for the first time, you will need to get the starter tea along with your SCOBY. It usually comes together with the SCOBY when you buy the starter kit. We'll talk about the SCOBY in a bit. Just add the honey and mix it thoroughly. Never add honey to the hot tea directly. The heat can destroy the beneficial enzymes and the natural goodness in the raw honey. So always wait till your tea is fully cooled down. Now let's talk about the SCOBY. SCOBY stands for Symbiotic Culture of Bacteria and Yeast. It is that rubbery jelly-like disc that you see floating in the jar. And yes, it looks a bit weird, but it's completely natural and totally magical. I got my first SCOBY from Amazon in Singapore. I did not know much at that time, just ordered whatever was available, and luckily it turned out to be a healthy one. It came with a starter tea. So if you're buying online, make sure to check the reviews to get a good quality SCOBY and make sure it comes with sufficient starter tea. Once you start brewing, the SCOBY will naturally grow and multiply on its own. So you don't need to keep buying it. You will soon have backup SCOBYs or the SCOBY hotels sitting around. So I have this SCOBY hotel right here. So let's add a couple of SCOBYs into the mix. Now I'm going to fill up the jar with clean filtered water just to bring everything up to the right level. And once that is done, give it a final mix, a gentle stir to make sure everything is well combined. Now I cover the jar with a clean cloth and secure it with a rubber band. Important tip, do not use a metal lid or any lid at all. This brew needs to breathe and closing it off can completely ruin the batch. In fact, I made that mistake once. I used a metal lid and it reacted with the acidity inside and it started rusting and I had to throw the entire batch away, the SCOBY and all. And once it is all set, just leave it at the room temperature, usually for about 3 to 5 days. The number of days really depends upon your local climate. Here in Singapore, I find 4 to 5 days gives me the perfect balance of the sweetness and the tang. So there is no hard and fast rule. Taste and adjust based on your preference. So your Junbucha is now on its way to becoming a delicious probiotic-rich drink. Once the first fermentation is done, you can start drinking it right away. No need for any extra steps if you prefer it as is. But if you're looking for more fizz and more fun, you can go for a second fermentation with fruits, herbs, or spices. And I will cover that process in a separate video. Personally, I love June because it is so light and floral and smooth, almost like champagne. It is perfect if you find the regular kombucha a bit too strong or vinegary. And it is still packed with all the good bacteria and it has got all the health benefits. So I hope this inspired you to try brewing on your own. Let me know how your first batch goes. Until next time, happy brewing.